Hey, everybody. Thanks so much for coming out. Thanks so much for everybody joining us live on the internet. We're here at Enterprise Connect. This is the last day. In fact, the last 30 minutes of Enterprise Connect. We're super excited to be here. My name is Jamie Stark. I am a program manager in Microsoft, and I'm joined here by my colleague, Sean Wilson.
Hi, I'm Sean Wilson. I'm in the product marketing team, and we are here at Enterprise Connect 2017 on our final day. Well, we have about 48 minutes.
48 minutes left, and that's important, not just for the unfortunately, not for the folks online, but the folks that are here at the show. Perhaps you don't know this, but we're actually giving away Surface Hubs here at the Microsoft booth. That's actually crazy. Like a full Surface Hub. That's right. Wait. You got to carry it back in the airplane and everything. No,
really. We're not doing that. No.
So what's happening is folks that are here at the show, I'm just talking to the folks that are here at the show. All you need to do is fill out this card by going to a bunch of our partners, and when you go to your partners and you fill out this card, you can be entered in to win a Surface Hub. And I saw the box over there. The box isn't full. Like, you actually do have an opportunity to win a Surface Hub. We've given away 2 already, and we have 1 more to give away, and Lord knows we do not want to take it back on the plane.
So what you're saying is somebody would get a 55-inch Surface Hub, and it will come with Creator Update that we just released today.
Fascinating to bring that up. As a matter of fact, just today, we did release the Creators Update for Windows 10. I thought it was just phenomenal. We were checking it out this morning. Being able to freehand draw onto the Surface Hub geometric shapes that when you're done drawing them, they just automatically snap to an appropriate geometric shape.
That was cool. But I think it was even cooler that the intelligence that was built into it, that I could write Earth or Apple or Space Shuttle, and it automatically snaps in the 3-dimensional image of it.
Absolutely. No, so the Creators Update has just some really, really neat things going on. And again, this is for Windows 10. It's available on Surface Hub. Not only do we have Surface Hubs here at the booth at Enterprise Connect, and everyone's been going crazy checking them out, but we're also giving away. Again, we're giving away a Surface Hub. You will be able to take one home, not physically, but you can win one, and then we'll send it to you, and then you can hang it up on the wall in your home office. How phenomenal would that be?
Only if I had that capability in my home office. I'd never go to work. I'd have Skype for Business natively integrated.
That's right.
I'd be able to whiteboard. I'd be able to do educational stuff with my kids. I'd be able to be productive with people remotely. Wow, that's pretty impressive.
Folks have been really going nuts about how we have the Surface Hub here at the booth. Again, we've got 2 of them. Both of them are set up in different kinds of meetings. One's a collaborative meeting. One's hooked up with a meeting room, and we've been showing that off. And it's been really, really fun to see the reaction of people, and to see the actual opportunity to go and touch and check out this amazing device.
I actually think the most interesting part is that's how we ended our keynote today, was with the Surface Hub Creator Update. And one of the things that I think has been so interesting is the dynamics here at this event this year have really dynamically shifted actually to a very high level of devices-centric experiences. From meeting room experiences to handheld devices to actually even some unique virtual reality scenarios.
Yeah, no, we've seen a lot of amazing stuff here at Enterprise Connect, and a bunch of different sessions and in all the keynotes. I do have to say though, I really appreciated in our keynote how Ben came out and kind of talked about the IT Pro experience, but honestly, we should probably step back and we should talk a little bit about what we've announced and what we had going on in our keynote. Now, Sean, you may not know, Sean actually was Mr. Keynote this year and was behind the scenes making sure that a whole bunch of different moving parts were executed flawlessly in our keynote, and it was amazing to see from the backstage.
So when you passed the baton, I actually took it. Jamie's been doing this for a number of years and has done flawlessly. So being able to take it and that compliment meant quite a bit to me.
Yeah, it's very kind, but to be perfectly frank, there's a huge team that comes out that helps us out.
Huge call out to that team.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right?
Both here on site at Enterprise Connect and back at the home base in Redmond. looking after the service and making sure that all these piece parts are operating well. And so, you know, it was a lot of effort of a lot of different folks, including some fantastic presenters up on stage. Yeah. Starting with our CVP of Office 365 Marketing, Ron Markasich.
Yeah, and Ron really did a really nice job of landing, you know, the fact that Office 365 is that universal toolkit. We're enabling all the different work styles, really how Office 365 is the broadest communications and collaboration platform there is, right? To be able to enable any work style and making sure that understanding that people understand that Skype for Business can truly accelerate the speed at which collaboration happens.
Yeah, no question. Loved hearing his stats talking about, you know, the millions of miles of fiber that we have in the network, the breadth of the data centers, the amount of spend that we put into those data centers, all those different elements. It really gives a sense of the scale of the investment that Microsoft has put in. You know, and a lot of times we end up talking about the end user experience. A lot of times we end up talking about, you know, the look and feel of these applications, but really to light up these applications, there's a tremendous amount of infrastructure in the background that we hide away and that we make sure, you know, the gory details of don't propagate to our partners and customers. That all those pieces, you know, we kind of wrap up and we deliver as software as a service.
Yeah, and you know, I think we should actually talk a little bit about some of those announcements that really were lit up. You know, one of the biggest things that I think we really wanted to land was around user experiences, right? And so two of the key big topics around user experiences, as I said, there was a big focus on devices and rooms and meeting rooms and spaces this year. And you know, the Crestron's Skype room system, the ability that we're now brought in a second partner. First was Logitech with the Smart Dock, and then we brought in Crestron and showcase them on stage, but really also some of like the custom theming that they're able to do there.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
You know, that's been one of the biggest things about when companies go and they want to install, you know, they spend the money to install AV and get it integrated, is to be able to brand it with their own look and feel. And so by integrating our theming that's available, as well as that dual screen support for, you know, those that really want to be able to take advantage of that similar dual content and video experiences in conference rooms, that was really key.
I can imagine, as a former video conferencing professional in IT, that was unique and near and dear to your heart to have those elements available. And again, you know, this is a Crestron based Skype room system. We actually also have one here in our booth that folks have been going nuts on. Essentially, we set up kind of what a conference room would look like, and it's just a really simple panel on the wall. And then a control system that sits in the center of the table that allows you to not only join your meeting, but also control the look and feel, be able to add content, be able to you know, see who else is joining the meeting, and all those different different elements.
Full control, like they would have with their client.
Yeah,
right?
absolutely, absolutely.
You know, being a former VTC engineer in MSIT, and then before that, I personally had a huge relief today when we showcased the Real Connect by Polycom for Office 365, the ability to connect a 323 or a SIP-based video conferencing device natively into a Skype for Business meeting with video, with content, high fidelity, without a headache.
Yeah, absolutely. And shout outs to our partners, Polycom. They're literally just kitty cornered us here at the booth. Not only do they provide phones and conference devices, but they also, you know, again, are announcing the availability of Real Connect for Office 365. Essentially, what this is a video interoperability service that connects into your Office 365 tenant. And this is part of Ben Canning's demo as he was doing on stage, where he just went into his tenant, and it's a single switch to be able to enable the Real Connect service from Polycom, which is, you know, for anyone who's done video interoperability in the past, you know, oh, right? Like this is.
Hold on, let's go find an MCU. Let's go find some gatekeepers. Let's see if those gatekeepers will connect to our Skype for Business infrastructure. Oh, no, let's not forget that we also have to have our border controllers to let us in and out of the network.
So order of magnitude level of enhancement with regards to simplicity and ease of use and ease of configuration. From an end user's perspective, when they go and they schedule a Skype meeting, it just shows up right there at the bottom of the Skype meeting. that says, hey, if you're connecting from a standards-based video endpoint, here are the parameters to go and put into the endpoint, and then it joins right into the Skype meeting. So we actually took pictures of it and put it out on Twitter just to make sure everyone knew, yes, it was a real third-party video device that was connected up into that meeting. But we showed that so that device was connected through the Polycom service, and that was showing out on the Crestron Skype room system.
Yeah, the one though that was really impressive. We actually, I know it's near and dear to your heart. You've now moved from the marketing team to the product group, but you really did champion in the auto attendant and call queues, and with the release of those today, we demonstrated them live on stage, provisioning a call queue, attaching it to an auto attendant in under 2 minutes.
Yeah, and this is the part that I love giving a shout out to Ben on this, because it was just a great way to kind of have a slightly different take on the demos. Yeah, we saw a lot of great end user demos happening at Enterprise Connect. And here, he was speaking to a lot of the IT pros, a lot of the admins and the telephony folks who are in this audience, who day in and day out have to think about, hey, how am I going to operate, administer, manage, set up call queues, auto attendants, and other types of media services in our PBX. And now we've brought these services into Cloud PBX, operating in Office 365. And so what Ben showed is he had a couple of them configured on his tenant, and he set up a brand new one from his tenant for a new office he was opening up in Barcelona.
I personally like the fact that while he was setting it up, somebody actually looked at the phone number for one of his existing call queues for Madrid and called it mid-demo, and then it rang all of his devices live on stage, including his iPhone.
Yeah, that was hilarious. Actually, he was, and you kind of expect that, I mean, Microsoft has always done live demos. This is always something that we feel really strongly about. Fundamentally, we're a product company. We love our products, and we really want to show the richness of our products out at trade shows like this. And so anytime we have an opportunity to do so, we're doing the real deal, every single time. And so this is the real deal. It was real phone numbers against a real tenant that was operating in Office 365 that Ben was interacting with directly. He already had some stuff configured for that, and so somebody saw it from the audience and decided to burn a couple international minutes on their cell phone, calling Spain, and that routed from their cell phone in the audience over to our pop, and then back into Ben's demo. Yeah, so
that was awesome.
Kind of interrupted him. Ben, flawless, just says, "Hey, don't call me right now, man. I'm doing something."
Yeah. And then he's like, and then he goes and shows us call analytics. And the thing that blew me away, and it always blows me away, like we were doing all these demos, and if you look at it, every number that he searched under Ben Kidding were all of the different tests.
Oh yeah, all the different iterations that we were doing, yesterday and this morning, making sure everything was dialed in for the production crew.
But what was blowing me away was it said like 7 seconds, and then was incrementing since the call. So like it was 7 seconds, 8, 9, 10, 11 since the call, and we were publishing that data instantly into call analytics.
Right. No, it's absolutely fantastic. So the idea behind call analytics is that if you're in IT, you're in a help desk, somebody has a rough call, the first thing that they're going to do after hanging up from that bad call is they're going to call you, right? They're going to call you and they're going to say, "Hey, what's going on with this call? How come I had something go sideways on me? What can I do?" And so clearly, from a help desk perspective, you want to be able to have that data instantly to be able to go and help navigate with that end user. Let's go see what happened with your call, because that could be a network issue, that could be a device capture issue, that could be something going on with their workstation. And call analytics provides all of that data literally in a single pane. So it was like 3 steps for Ben to go from the query of who's the user that you're asking about to hear all the details of the call and can dive right into the specifics of what happened with that call. It's a fantastic piece of work.
Yeah, one of the things that was there that was so interesting was it actually flagged the call as being poor. And we all know from history is everybody's like, "Oh, I blame the network. It's the bad network." And actually, when he went and looked at it, it wasn't the network. It was actually his iPhone's mic picking up too much background noise from the audience clapping.
Yeah, right. Yeah, because because obviously in a keynote everything's weird when it comes to audio, and it's not like holding the phone up to your mouth, which is what those microphones are designed for. But hey, very clearly it showed that there was an issue with that capture device, and then reflected that back in the call analytics. So what else did we show? Oh, we showed Teams.
We did. We showed Teams, and call out to Rana for pulling it in.
Yeah,
by the way, we need to give Delonda her credit, because she did intro this call for us, or this broadcast for us.
That's right.
But she was with Rana, did an amazing job at demoing our new hardware.
Yeah, totally. Delonda was all over the Skype Room Systems demo. Did an awesome job. Seeing her here in the audience. Yeah, that was absolutely flawless to be able to showcasing all the configurability of the Skype Room system, talking about the stuff we did with Polycom and the VTC front. No, that was excellent. And then Raina was doing all the Teams pieces. And what was interesting is that we were showing how Teams and Skype for Business work together.
And that was and everybody's like, well, there's Teams, there's Skype for Business. No, they really do work together in how you work your day, and that was really cool. So
yeah, absolutely. And one of the things we reflected here in the booth as well, for those of you that had the opportunity to come out to Enterprise Connect. Hopefully you had a chance to stop by our booth. We actually had Teams and Skype for Business set up at all the different workstations that we had here at Enterprise Connect. We had a couple that were that we had folks who are more specialized in Teams hanging out in a Teams area, but each one of the workstations was participating in Teams. Each one of the workstations had Skype for Business operating. All of them had phones. All of them had all that other good stuff here at the booth. Yeah,
it's actually too bad we can't actually get the angle, but we've got 2 full tables of device bars here in the booth that every possible device you can talk about. Hey, one of the ones that I want to make sure that we tag is actually the demonstration we did today with around our remote advisor scenario.
Yeah,
we had an opportunity to have a customer come up and showcase their stuff, and we had the ability to really show a great telemedicine scenario by extending the value of Skype for Business into their workflows.
Yeah.
And so they used the web SDK and the app SDK within the iOS device to literally light up a telehealth scenario. Yeah. And we demonstrated that live on stage.
Right. So let's go into that a little bit more. So the app SDK is used by developers who are creating a new application on a mobile device. And so if I'm a financial institution, healthcare company, in this case, Attendant Healthcare, or any other type of company, and I want to develop and publish an application for my business, now you can use Skype for Business and our app SDK to be able to embed media controls and to be able to embed audio and video into your application natively. So it's not like you're dropping out into a Skype for Business app. It is your own app, but it's using our media stack. It's using our media controls.
And in the web page, that was actually from the doctor side. For me, this is great. I was talking to a lot of customers today. And one of the biggest challenges that people are saying is, hey, I've got all this integrated data about my customers and their CRM and being able to do this stuff. How do I then tie that into a rich communications experience? And so by building in the web SDK, they were able to build in that full video experience for me when I was, that full video experience while they're also servicing that information on the customer.
Yeah, absolutely. So someone here was playing the role of the doctor. That was Mr. Wilson. and he was using a web application not only to see the incoming request from Shri, who is on stage, but then to actually use that web page to then transit the media back to Shri, who is communicating with Sean over the iPhone.
And the thing that was nice about that was from that portal, I could still see all of the pertinent data because it's servicing it through a web page. And at the same time, I've got a full, rich, two-way video experience between the two of us.
Yeah, that was absolutely phenomenal. So what do we cover? A tremendous amount of end user experience. Oh, by the way, Teams. How do we demo Teams? Do we demo it on Windows? No. Why would we do that? Let's demo it on Mac.
And then we jump from Teams to what? Oh, wait, Skype for Business on Mac.
That's right. Yeah. So it's just fantastic, kind of across devices, across meeting scenarios, IT pro scenarios, developer scenarios. It was of the 30 some odd minute keynote, I'd say like 80% of it was showing off our product.
Well, and some of the other things that we mentioned on Monday when we announced the blog that we want to talk about, like Enghouse, right? First attendant console in Skype for Business Online. these are all part of partners and customers that are building out solutions to extend the value of their product or extend the reach of Skype for Business in their applications.
Yeah, there was a bunch of work that we've been doing to help enable partners to do this. So just like we've been helping to enable folks to be able to build media solutions into their applications using the App SDK, we're doing the same thing in the cloud, enabling partners to be able to build solutions into the cloud. Fundamentally, that's how the Polycom Real Connect service operates. Fundamentally, that's how the Attendant console operates from Enghouse. And so you're just going to see more and more partners being able to take on these APIs and to be able to have this capability available for online, extending their solutions that started off on premises.
Yeah, it's interesting because I would say that this year, so they opened up the space here by about probably 25% more.
Absolutely.
And it's full.
Oh yeah, no, tons of ISVs. Tons of folks who are here on the show floor. The show floor has been bumping. Every time I've been down here, it's been fantastic. Seeing buddies, seeing partners, seeing folks in all sorts of different companies. There's a tremendous amount of energy down here, and we've certainly benefited from having that increased traffic and increased energy at the show.
Yeah. Well, I think that we're probably getting to the point that the show is going to be winding down in just a little bit.
Oh wait, okay, we got some stuff to talk about.
Oh yeah.
So as part of talking about the Skype room systems, we had a lot of fun. Sponsored by Microsoft Services. This happens to be a little dongle. For those of you that have Zoom capabilities on your broadcast, you will notice that this is an HDMI to DisplayPort dongle, a very common thing that one needs to carry around with them in their laptop bag. You're a road warrior, you travel a lot.
Or you just have to go to a conference room.
And so we want to give a lot of thanks to Microsoft Services for helping us bring these fantastic little devices out to the show floor. But it does happen to say on the back, with Skype Room Systems, you wouldn't need this. Because it's true. With Skype Room Systems, you wouldn't need it.
You don't need it. You know why?
You just present right to the meeting. Exactly.
Right.
Yeah.
Or if you're using Office 365 and you're fully in, you send your meeting invite with the content already attached, and guess what? Voila, your PowerPoint is already sitting on the device ready to go.
Yeah, even better, right? So you don't even have to think about bringing a device. You can have that as part of the meeting already prior to walking into the conference room. Even better scenario. Absolutely. Yeah.
So, one of the things that the takeaways I have here is we're doing everything we can to get technology out of the way of users.
Yep.
Right? We're doing everything around user experience because it's important that we don't block productivity. But one of the things I actually wanted to kind of call out, one of the things that we did in the booth here that was unique this year was we actually had fast track clinics.
Yeah, and so let's talk about this a little bit. Fast Track, is a service that we've been talking about for a long time. We've had broadcasts about Fast Track. For those of you that aren't aware, just fundamentally, the way that I like to have a one-line description of Fast Track is the way that Microsoft invests directly into the success of customers.
Yeah. Almost as we would like to say, like a customer success framework, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
And to that, we've actually, I wanted to also call out, because we've had not only Fast Track here, but we actually were blessed by some of the architects from Skype Operations Framework who takes that even to the next level to enable not only Fast Track, but also our partners to really take that end-to-end deployment methodology for moving to the cloud.
Yep, and so with our Fast Track team, what we decided to do was set aside a portion of the booth to have a set of kind of semi-private meeting rooms so customers could come in and start the Fast Track experience and start a Fast Track engagement actually here on the booth. And just the response to that has been tremendous. It's going to be fun to see how this continues to propagate through additional shows here at Microsoft and different places where we come out when we like to interact with customers. But a lot of times, we'll spend a couple minutes with a customer talking about features or talking about questions they have about a product, or maybe troubleshooting some experiences that they're having. This is a whole new level of being able to sit down and go deep into what it means for a customer to be successful with their deployment, and actually starting to begin to map out what are the steps you need to take to get to that success. Because now we've worked with so many customers with Office 365, we've been able to distill that down into a set of guidance that's really actionable. That's something that customers can just go and take on.
And one of the pieces about it is it is immense and intense. And so one of the things that we've done is we've really invested in that partner community too, right?
Yep.
So that if you don't have that, really deep bench on UC, right? Which most companies don't. You do need to rely on somebody to help you get there, and we've got a couple different ways. You've got the self-service with Fast Track and helping them guide you through it. We've got an entire partner community though as well that really uses that common language, that common taxonomy and common understanding to really help businesses drive to those successful outcomes that they're looking to do.
Yeah, so I just want to give a shout out to all the Fast Track folks that came out, all the Fast Track folks that are back in corporate that helped make that happen. Know that was a big investment, but I know personally there were dozens of customers who were uniquely thankful to be able to have the opportunity to get started on their Fast Track experience. And so if you're in that boat, if you have Office 365 and want to know how to get successful, Fast Track is there for you. Fast Track is something that you can take on today and you can get started. And please don't hesitate, because it really is a service that we're investing in deeply with Microsoft FTEs as engineers going and helping their and helping our customers.
Yep. One of the things I wanted to mention, this is actually interesting because we don't typically do this live in a major facility. It's we've got random people taking pictures and walking by and waving. So
I see a bunch of buddies out there.
Yep.
How's it gonna get hurt?
So, but yeah, no, it's been a fun show, and I think we're like.
Oh, hold on. There was more stuff we did at the booth.
Wow.
So we covered the Skype room system, we covered the dongle giveaway, we covered the Surface Hub giveaway, and those of you that are listening, you can still win a Surface Hub that is still available. We haven't done the drawing yet. We had demos, we had the device bar, we had the Fast Track centers. The last piece that I want to call out to was our learning center here. These are a set of presentations that we did here at the theater. We're sitting here in the theater now. There's a bunch of spaces here for folks to come and sit down and hang out, and the theater schedule was packed. So
and we recorded a bunch of them. We're going to grab the best of the best and actually repurpose those so that people have the ability to consume that content that might not have been here.
It's fantastic. And I just want to give a quick shout out to the partners that came out. So on Monday, it was primarily demo day, and we talked about a lot of different kind of cool technologies. Today, we focused a lot on the Skype operations framework and how folks can kind of take an extra step into getting into Skype for Business. But just the amount of partners that came out to help us out yesterday was absolutely fantastic. From Collective to Crestron to Enghouse to Poly to
Polycom, that is.
That's right, Polycom. Sorry, I don't have all the names here. Oh, so we've got Sonus and Audio Codes and Hive. And I apologize if I missed anybody.
Clarity,
Logitech. Just a tremendous amount of support for our partner community, and so we can't wait to be able to take those presentations. Again, they were done live here at the booth. We're going to take those presentations, we're going to package them up, and we're going to make those available to folks as well. And we also, of course, we broadcasted the keynote. That was my job.
Yeah. So you used to run the keynote, and now you broadcast it.
Yeah, it was really hard. I had a workstation, and I clicked start broadcast.
Oh, wait. But we did have a network moment.
Yeah, no, it was hilarious too, because we'd set it up at like 7 in the morning. I ran a test meeting because, of course, doing Skype meeting broadcast, it's super easy to set one of these up. And I set up a test meeting, and in about 2 minutes I had that up and running. And I walked around to the front of the stage, and I was showing Sean, "Hey, look, here's my test meeting. Look, it's translating into Klingon. Isn't this cool? We've got it all up and running." And then I was waiting, right before Ron goes on. I was waiting to press the start broadcast button, and I lose network. It was about 7 or 8 minutes before 10 o'clock. And I don't need that level of adrenaline anymore.
No. And then it's running to find another Cat5 cable. And check it out. Ironically, it was user challenges by removing the power on the dock.
Yeah. So the learning from that experience is always tape down every single one of your power connections, regardless of what it is.
Yes.
And so in this case, we had an Ethernet terminating into a power supply for a Surface Book. It just happened to come a little bit because maybe someone stepped on the cable, and we didn't gaff tape that one down enough. And yeah. So we were scrambling around, but of course, the broadcast went off flawlessly.
It went off without
it's Skype meeting broadcast. It's just amazing.
It just happens. Well, we could sit here and talk about more stuff. but I think we should probably let people get on with their day.
No, that sounds fantastic. Hey, everybody, thanks so much for joining us online. Really, really appreciate it. Thanks so much for joining us here in person. Also appreciate the audience here locally. And yeah, this has been an absolutely fantastic Enterprise Connect. Just had a ton of fun out here meeting with folks, hearing our keynotes, hearing our messages, and it's been really, really good.
Yeah, and I want to give a quick shout out to all of our customers, the analysts, the influencers, the consultants that spent the time and the effort to really sit down with our entire team while we were here.
Definitely.
Gave us a great opportunity. So.
Yeah, had a few of those meetings, and they were great. Got a lot of good, tough questions from everybody. That's always fun and exciting to kind of go through those. So yeah, seriously, it is. It's good times. Anyway, so with that, are we signing off from Enterprise Connect 2017?
We're signing off.
All righty. Hey, thanks everybody. Thanks for joining us.